Hello and welcome back to Devlog number 11. This is the third time I'm recording this, which is why it's been late. Every time I've recorded this, there's some reason the sound has not been working, and I've just made sure that it is. Just double checking, I just selected it just then. As you can clearly see, there's a pause menu in this game now. Just settings and clear don't work, but we can resume and use escape to cancel that and come back in. And we also got these glowing right here. Nice, isn't it? Go in the corner. I was stagnant at the time of that, using a random range timer. What I do with the sheep whenever they wander around. And you see these guys needed too. The character finally glowing. I just have to tell them to play the animation. I don't know. I wonder what these fellas are doing. You like my blood apples? So, I have also been trying to make these blood apples, and it's kind of annoying saying this the third time. It's not like I recorded this 3 times because I didn't like the way it turned out. I recorded this 3 times because the recording software was having an issue. Sound recording software had an issue. So you can see these apples are glowing, just like everything else. But the one thing you may or may not notice is that they're randomly spawning in. As you can see, there's a collider for apple number 1. It's even got its own little texture and everything. I did put soft colliders on it, that's why I'm acting a little bit weird. All the characters a bit weird around the bushes. I do hope to use the soft collider code to make it where they don't overlap. I thought straight up putting it on there might work, but no, it did not. I'm still trying to figure out the code how to get the apple spawn in this area. It doesn't yet spawn in this area yet, even if it's having a delusion that it is in a polygon area. If I successfully do it, I will record a video of it and chuck it on YouTube, because I went for searching for this and I couldn't find it. I was hoping to get it done, but it seemed to be more of a pain. I have to put in a bunch of, so I got the, so you have to get the amount of polys, and then from the polys I have to make them into a statement where I can put them in a random range. So 2 or 3 more lines of code, or 4 even. 3 more lines of code. And then you gotta write. I reckon that's how many I'm estimating. I could be way off, I could be right, who knows. But it seems that I'm actually probably not too far off, because I'm surprised I can even do the sheep. Like one stage I wouldn't be able to do any of this code at all. See, sheep buddies, I added a timer to where they stagnate a bit, or the randomized timer, so a lot of the stuff is just random odd jobs and randomization, so where they will changes at different times, but in all once. The reason why they random before, when they changed before, was the way how I set up timers. Oh, no, they just changed then some of them did. So it's a fairly wide gap. This is not all like pop like the plants did, like they all change at once. Excuse me, says. And they set that grabbing, I didn't have to know that's going on there. Seeing said it's all changing at once, which they were. It looks pretty funny. Oh, I forgot to turn on something pretty special. And then you have arrows. Yeah, I've been doing some of the weapons and some of the player too. Just like I said, just doing some odd jobs. See, we got the blood wolf following us. Oh yes. You like our orange light, a whole light here. Also got a light around me, which I finally added basically the bases, or basics, whatever you want to phrase it as, of the night and day system. And here's a ninja style silicon, depending what you want to call it. I'm just going to call it a start. That's what it's going to be called, because every other output is too hard to spell. And we got some flowers. I'm thinking about blowing them in the wind, because I've been playing too much Windmill by myself. I need to record some more of that, but I've been slack. I've been trying to record this, and only this video, for the last, oh shit, wow, it's almost come to a week. Oh god, no. Oh, I wanted to get it out like on Friday, and this is not going to be coming out on Friday. Hopefully it will not come out on Wednesday or on the next Friday, who knows. I wanted to get it out on Friday the 17th, but that didn't work. Look at these sheepies, they always look so cute. I like the look of them. I made them really well. They're meant to be something that's a bit dopey, that's the reason why I didn't give them this up and down direction. Do they look bigger than normal to you, or is this just me? I guess they might be bigger because of the shape. I'm gonna add the kookaburra in soon today too. And see here, I fixed up, see here, there's a random duration time and everything with numbers. And all you did, if you are interested in making the random duration for a time, all you need to do is timer.start, random range, and then put your minimum and maximum duration, which is up here. Or we can just put down numbers, like, no one's stopping you put down numbers. Instead look at it because it's easy. Yeah, all you need to do is transfer these polygons here, which it does get right, into probably maybe into a way if you can, then maybe go into this. Whatever you need to do is that you need to take steps between this to make it effective into this. That is all I need to do. And no one really told you, no one really spelt that out on you when you were looking out and in it. They just told you to do the easy method, which is pretty easy to do. But I mainly just want to have it unlimited sizes. I want to have it random. I want to make it look cool. And then it's not overlapping too much. If I bit off more than what I could chew, oh well. I'm fine with that. I've done worse. I've done worse than I somehow ended up making a whole game. See, you gotta put it into this type of way, I think. Oh well. If you look at all the notes here, there's all the many times I've tried to try a method, so I'm willing to go and use my sensi on the way, but hey. And you do need to still fix the sheep to where they, say I'll put the maximum and minimum duration here. I might put that as a closer range. It seems like it'd be something a bit better like that. Because looking there, it is a bit far. You do want to just slightly stagnate it, because if you ever look in nature, plants, wall, or anything like that, they don't glow all at the same time. They do stagnate a bit. Just adds to it a bit. I did need to figure out how to get it shuffled in the first place, and then do it from that. So I need to pick a random. Actually, another way of doing this is probably doing it in here, doing random range of one of these, and then just say this, because these are always. See, that's another way, and just have it as straight for fun or whatever. I still kind of to get really in the water. And then you can go back in and tell the timer 1 go to state, go to the, pick next state 1 or whatever, or change state, which is this one here. Using all the timer on going, so timer start at the beginning, and then you can delete those other 2 timers that are not needed. And it'll be nice to summarize from this code eventually, but that's not today. You see, I tend to use soft colliders. See, this is what I did for the soft colliders, but I don't think it really works on anything that's moving. And then you got some on the object. I did attempt to do something else, but that didn't work. And I also tend to do some of the more poison. So here's a poison weapon. This is for later use too. That no way how that will work, I'm guessing. They'd add some other code in there, but I don't think I'll be needing that. Page section, what's that going? The purple cat code, which is basically telling it just to play the animation. I add that in today. And the spawner, you see it too. But thinking about it, this should be renamed to random spawner, not random spawner within a range, not a glow range. Because once the apple spawns, it does that work for itself, which isn't too bad. Because then if I rename that code to something that is more meaningful, random spawner. In other words, this is what this code, it should be named. Random spawner within area is what it would do. And then you got your pack scene here, which is your object. And you see the apple just simply has play equals true, and from frame 1 and 0, so you can have it on any frame you want. And then it has aging properly. It will die once it gets to a certain age, which would eventually go on to the universal time system, which everything would go off by. Also, I want to show you this day and night system I put in there. Just the basic of it. I do need to extend the time of that. See, we got turning night and day. Hello sheepies, join me in the darkness. And then we also got a whole moving light. I just wanted to see how that orange light would have went with the houses and everything. How to do it properly and everything. I think there's a better way of doing this light too. Blogwolf, can you F off for a minute? There you go. See how it's starting to glow here? I need to turn that way. Keeps getting airs every time I say white for the animation tree. It's been telling me. Let's go to here now. So this is basically the animations to the apple. It's just that you got a young flower, then it matures, and then it turns into an apple, and then it turns into a slightly bigger one. The minute it's full size, and it starts turning red. I could like combine the last two, these last four together and make two, but nah. Keep it like that, I won't kill them. And here's the food varieties of the apple tree too. I don't want to go overkill on that, but like I said in the 50 other recordings, if what's on the trees are landed, you wouldn't even half notice that the trees aren't in that many varieties. Hey, look at the people again! If you're interested in seeing more detail of the people, go and look at the last devlog. Devlog number 10. And there's the male and the female body difference. I have taken off the arms to do the legs, which will do the pants, which I've done most of the pants. This is like all I've been trying to do for the last few days, is get this recorded. Where the hell is the pants? Oh, there they are. See, anything with percentage is done. I just need to do the middle pants. See, we put pants on and we got all directions. So look at that smooth ass boy. Let's look at all those. And I'm thinking about a different way of doing the shirts. That way you can hear my voice. I'm sort of using it. So you just use the bases of like tanks and everything just to get it going. So you got a tank here. I'll put the poor guy's arms back on. And then you can, in theory, you can have any number of sleeves. So it makes, you have less assets, but it's making more outputs. So you can have these sleeves on and everything. In the theory I have here, there's more work to do. And then you got your wares there too. I'm going to show them all off. You're going to see more of it when it gets in the game too. And when areas come out in early access, they're going to have more varieties with areas too. Same with weapons and everything. And here's the kookaburra. I'm thinking about putting him in today. I just got to put him in that set. Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't really do anything else more than just fly and sit down somewhere and then be a pain. Not my fun to kookaburra laugh. Just because I can. I've been trying to get my, so you hear next week about me outside because I recorded a video of, or I guess on Friday. Whenever the next mini Metro video comes out, that's what's coming in next game video coming out, because I find one that does infinite highways properly and I score over 3,000 on there. There's some spoilers, but it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get a bit of art done on the side, like physical art. On Etsy. Right now I'm going to just sell it in Australia. But if you are interested, it will be up soon. I also need to fix my website. It's been buggered for 2 weeks maybe. I just realised all these here done. These yellow ones here all done. Very similar. Oh well. Adds to the architect likeness of them. See, here's some varieties of the stars. I just have to make them all on their own little object. And then add the little element thing to them. I might just do that through one set of code for every weapon. And here's some arrows. So you got your poison, normal arrows, fire, nature, shadows, light, ice, and air, which all will have its own little ability. So fire will burn you, of course. This would be just a normal arrow. Lightning will poison you. These two are more like ones that will imprison you in some way. They will be slightly different. Like the shadow one, tap them, from attacking or something like that. And I was thinking before that a lightning one would be really good at having be fast. This will freeze your guy, of course, your enemy, and they can't do anything. So they'll be frozen for a while. Might not have it to the point where you can't hurt them in the freezing state either. Because a lot of games you can, and it do double damage, but in this one you might not. Because it seems like something that will be more of a... It will still hurt them, yes. It will still hurt them freezing them. But I reckon freezing almost seems like something that you use when you're overwhelmed. You shoot someone with it and then you get less enemies to fight. And air will be more something that will pierce through armor. It just seems like something that will do a better job at that type of job. Here is the bowstring. There's your load. And there's your release. No, I was surprised about to see that the Unknown Jag, Darkwood Forest is one of my Darkwood Forest one about that. The Devlog about Darkwood Forest was one of the better viewed videos. Oh god. No, I will let that out of it. I can't even see all that. Here's some bows. So you got your different varieties there. Some long, some small, and then some of different shapes because all the same shapes as symbol. I like to add a lot of weapons in the final product of the game because I'm going to be in our early access and slowly being out areas at once with new bosses and everything. Just when looking to the demo, we're probably just going to do Darkwood Forest, and a lot of this stuff will be in the demo at first. Then add more of the stuff later. Here's some daggers. I really like how these turn out. These are just knives or daggers. I'm just going to call them daggers. Look really nice, they all do. So these are going to be your quick 1 to 2 hand weapons. And certain elements will play better on them. That's what I also wanted it to be. That's why I much rather have a system that relies on effects than remembering, oh, what's good against Earth? Wait, I can't remember. That's one thing I hate about doing Pokemon is that you have to try and remember which element goes better against another element. But I want this game to be something where you can have a bit of fun with, where you don't have to remember that complicated stuff. Where you can just be like, oh, I got a fire sword, burn. Or they get air sword and just whack someone's armor. Or lightning blade that moves faster than a lot of other people. I don't know. The combat system will be annoying but lovable. Coding is a bit more annoying than animation. Coding and animation you have one relationship with coding and animation. It's a love-hate relationship. You hate doing it at first, but then you love how it turns out. You get really annoyed with it and then you're like, finally, I have cracked the code. Yeah, there's some basic sorts. I'll send that to somebody once who's like, I spent so long on this, and I'm like, yeah. Animation is a love-hate relationship, mate. Yeah, I'm excited to do more people. I'll slowly do this in the background. I didn't really want to focus on this. I'm getting really sick of the people. I like how I much rather do all of the Darkwood Forest than just do all the people at once. I'll just do whatever's there. I can't think of what else to add in. And as you can see with the colliders, you can see a bit of my dopey job with them. Yeah, they're big questionable things. I'm going to fix those up. I think they're in the tile map colliders. Give these a stagnant time. So, and then I will, like I said before, I will make that random. The only reason I wouldn't is that I've given up on it, which I don't want to do. I reckon the pain is worthwhile. And it's like I said, I'm only like 4 lines up. This, like most things that happen to me, I'm like one step off from getting it successfully done, and I want to do it. I've also, since when we first came on here, did fix up the respawn timing of these apples while I was waiting for them to come on, because they look a bit stagnant too out of it. Like I said before, they do age and then they die. I'm going to do the same with the corn, because for now, even with maybe later, someone might still be out and people might come pick them. There was something easy that, or something little to add in later. But let's go get the bare bones. I'm going to do the UI properly here too. All I've done is the pause menu for the UI. Do inventory. I did that with a normal text and then some simple buttons to do this. Maybe I had a bit of colour to the buttons. I have no idea. You do wonder about the day and night. That's basically it. Did watch a small video on it. I really thought this would be more work than what it was. Truth be told. See, there's something about the animation tree having the wings. But if you have any ideas on how to get from get polygons, so get out from our way here from this and get it into a point where we can transfer it in there, tell me in the comments. I want to see you guys. I want to see if you have an opinion on it, and see if that can lead off to an idea, or even if you have an idea or a way to do it, leave it down in the comments. I will give it away, and whatever, and could help get us even closer to getting this done right. And I do want to share this when we're done. I probably will just read over instead of typing because I am a slow typer. But when you look at it, this isn't going to be much code. It's just that most of this is just notes. If you look at this on the right here, a lot of this is just notes, which goes and shows you how much sincerely I went through to do it. And we also got something here that checks after the spawn and limit has been reached. I thought that might be something nice to chuck in there. And it's duration. I might put a random duration in there too. Random one between A and B. Or I might just put two and a different randomization. There's probably a different way of doing that too. But in this way you have full control of the 2 times. This way works just as fine as any other way, I believe. No, you can put them whatever way you know best. Yeah, get it all working, and I will show it off. I am not gonna lie to you, I will. I'll even do a video on the people after I've done all that too. I've been thinking about doing that for a while. Not many on that. There's a few fellas who didn't do it. You think that's weird. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, then it's got all the answers." Some things then it doesn't have answers on, and it's like, whoa. And that's the way you're beginning a video in. So I hope you do like this video. Subscribe if you want to join on the journey of Unknown Dragon and get some own tips for your own game making. And like I said before, if you want someone to show up and play your game a bit, I will play it. I'll have a look at it and see if it's any good. For my standards, it's not that high. But I will give it a play. If all you want me to do is test it out, see how effective it is. And the system I have isn't very advanced either, so it's a pretty good system to test it on. I was trying to do a tester. I was seeing a tester when it was to an indie thing they were doing on Steam. But then I lost the game that was requesting test. See if you can request me to test them. Oh well, too late now. That would have been not a bad thing to do. In my personal opinion, if you do want to release something on demo, make sure it's somewhat playable. The worst demo I have, I won't say the game name, was that I went through the tutorial too many times, and I'm unsure if the internet kept glitching, the camera kept ready, the sun dive, deep hole and everything. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Redcollarwolf from now out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.